What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Have you ever wondered where Donald Trump is from? Have you ever wondered what country in Europe is this guy from? You know, because we call him the Orange Man, right? He's vastly different from the rest of the European Americans that we have here in America. And his whole ideology is completely different. It's reminiscent of an oligarch in Europe. It's reminiscent of the Germans, of the Prussians, all right, of those Gauls, all right, those savage Anglo-Saxon Germanic barbarians, all right. So what we need to do is learn a little bit about him, right, which we should have did before we voted him in the first go around. Like any amount of research would have said this guy is not qualified to operate a gumball machine. The dude would have lost money at the gumball machine. All right, he could have put a gumball machine. It would have been 10 cents per gum. He still would have lost money. He would have failed that. All right, but you guys put him in the White House. Your problem, because he's a true manifestation of the European American and how they truly feel. Because he would only arise if the people wanted him there, with all information being available. So yes, Donald Trump represents the United States of America in all of its totality. At least white America, because he doesn't represent black America. That's why I come from Africa, America, all right? I come from the African nation within America, right? That doesn't have a defined line, but have a defined lineage that is African, all right? And that's what unifies us. But let's learn a little bit about Donald Trump and his European ancestry. Because listen, the people running the White House are not even what you would call legacy Americans. They're not foundational white Americans. These people just got over here, and they're interrupting what we got going on over here, making things worse. Now, Donald Trump is destroying white supremacy, because white supremacy is not white supremacist right now, because currently his check-ins and savings a little empty, and then, you know, the other check-ins is negative, and you just know how I go, all right? Either way, white supremacy ain't supremacist right now, and white supremacy is the biggest enemy of white supremacy. It's always been a double-edged sword, and it always hurts the user more than it actually hurts the person it intended to hurt. Right? So we all get to witness this, right? But while we're witnessing it, while we're a part of this era that people are going to talk about for thousands of years, the same way they talked about the fall of Rome, the same way they talked about the fall of Greece, the same way they talked about the fall of the British Empire, right? It's the same way they're going to they're going to talk about the fall of the British Empire 2.0, which is America. America ain't nothing but the British and German empires. All the manifestations of their well-to-do class coming to America and being able to do whatever they want, right, to control the people outside of the crown. That's all it is. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and educate ourselves on where Trump is from, who his forefathers is from, who his parents is from, what kind of ilk he comes from, what kind of demon is he, huh? What kind of kaiju has been unleashed upon us? All right, anyway, tell me what you think in the comment sections. Afro Think Tank, learn some Tito. I'm out.
Donald Trump has spent years telling us who belongs in this country and who doesn't. So let's talk about his family, shall we? Trump's grandfather was born Friedrich Trump in 1869 in Bavaria. Germany had mandatory military service. Friedrich was required to serve. Instead, he chose to escape the country altogether. He was 16. He bought a one-way ticket, boarded a ship, and sailed to America. Without completing his military service, without officially registering his departure, without doing a single thing he was legally required to do before leaving. He just left, and this country welcomed him anyway. Eventually, he made his way to the Pacific Northwest. Then he followed the gold rush into Canada. During the Klondike gold rush, he moved to Yukon and made his fortune operating a restaurant and brothel for miners in Whitehorse. This is not an interpretation. A contemporary Yukon newspaper reported on it directly. The rooms had weighing scales in them, so miners could pay in gold dust for rendered services. The bulk of the cash flow came from the sale of liquor and sex, and that money got passed down. That is the foundation. That is his foundation. So when Friedrich had enough, he packed up his stuff and went back to Germany, got married, and tried to reclaim German citizenship and settle back home. Germany, however, said no. A local council letter from 1905 informed Friedrich that his citizenship would not be reinstated, and that he had 8 weeks to leave the country or be deported. The official reason? He had illegally left Germany to avoid military service 20 years earlier and never bothered to officially unregister from his hometown. Germany deported him for being a draft dodger. Now, here's where history hands us something extraordinary. Friedrich Trump did not go quietly. This man wrote a letter to the Prince Regent of Bavaria, begging, and I mean begging, not to be sent away. He wrote, "We were confronted all at once. as if by lightning strike from fair skies, with news that the High State Royal Ministry has decided that we must leave our residence in the Kingdom of Bavaria. We were paralyzed with fright. Our happy family life was tarnished. My wife has been overcome by anxiety, and my lovely child has become sick. Why should we be deported? This is very, very hard for a family. And the prince rejected him. Friedrich left Germany on July 1st, 1905. His wife, 3 months pregnant with Donald Trump's father, Fred. That letter sat in a German archive for over 100 years. A historian found it in 2016. The Associated Press confirmed it. Harper's Magazine published a full translation. It's real, it exists. You can read it. Friedrich Trump, illegal immigrant, draft dodger, brothel operator, deportee, wrote a letter that said the deportation was cruel and unjust, and very, very hard for a family. His grandson has deported parents in front of their children, has signed orders removing people who had lived here for decades. He's called immigrants criminals. He's called them an infestation. The German historian who found the deportation document put it simply. Trump talks against illegal immigration, so I think he should remember his own family story from time to time. And here's the final thing that I need you to sit with. If the Prince of Bavaria had said yes, if they had let Friedrich stay, Donald Trump would not exist. Not here, anyway. He's here because a deportee begged for mercy and got on a ship. He's here because this country let in an illegal immigrant who had broken the law, dodged a draft, and made his money however he could. He's here because of exactly the kind of person that he's trying to erase.
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such an extent that you bleach? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan.
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.